What is up, guys? Welcome to the Week 1 Start Sit Sunday live here. We're finally here, guys. We made it. Congrats. We're gonna have a good day today, guys. So in this video, we're probably gonna go live for maybe a half hour. You guys basically can fire up any questions that you have. I will do my best to answer any start sit questions. And then I think the other main thing is I just want to make sure I get all the news out that I need to get out. It does look like we have a few things that are important to note, but the big one off the top was the Mark Andrews bomb last night. Mark Andrews pretty much unlikely to play, so I went and added Isaiah Likely in a handful of leagues. The one league where I did have Mark Andrews, I was able to get Isaiah Likely, so I was able to swap him in there. So otherwise, that was the major one. And I thought I saw Darren Waller is going to play today. So if you're waiting for Darren Waller, it looks like he's going to be active. Devon Achane for the Miami Dolphins, inactive. And then I did see a report that Tony Pollard's going to get 18 to 20 touches. So I'm keeping my eye on that RB2 back for the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to probably be Rico Dowdle. So I have him stashed in a handful of leagues. Otherwise, the other thing that I wanted to make sure you guys noticed is that there's going to be a lot of rain throughout Sunday here. It looks like the outdoor stadiums, Texans, Ravens is going to have some scattered showers. Steelers, 49ers will have some showers. The Cardinals and the Commanders will have some. The Bears and the Packers, Raiders, Broncos, Eagles, Patriots, and then probably tonight, Cowboys, Giants, we're going to have some storms. So good morning to Harris. Hope you're doing well, my man. Good morning to Chase as well. Let me know what you guys got. Hopefully there's not too many questions. It is week 1. We should have most of our rosters, locked in, but there's going to be some weird, flex questions, I'm sure. It does look like Adam Thielen is labeled as good to go. He was questionable with an ankle injury. I don't know if I'm excited to start Adam Thielen, but in deeper leagues, I think it's probably okay. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of keep going through some of the news and the notes here. This one's from Ian Rappaport this morning. He reports that Jaylen Warren is expected to get a little more first and second down snaps than usual, which is, if you watch our show, you guys know we are a big Jaylen Warren program. So I'm not saying to flex Jaylen Warren. It's a tough matchup, especially against the 49ers. But I think if we go out and see that the snaps and the routes and the touches are there for Jaylen Warren, he might be a guy that we're comfortable flexing maybe starting next week. So Chase says he needs help with deciding between JSN or Mims Jr. in one of my flexes. So the good news is both these guys are afternoon players, I believe, this weekend. So if we get the surprise that Jerry Jeudy's not playing or he's going to be on a pitch count, I'm probably going to lean with Marvin Mims. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like JSN. But if we get any news that Jerry Jeudy's not playing today, I'm going to go with Marvin Mims. Otherwise, I think JSN is probably the guy that I think can be like, I kind of view him as like a wide receiver 4 right now, a guy that can get you 8 to 10 points. So in a full PPR, I'm going to roll with JSN. He is the better prospect. He's also attached to a better passing offense, I think, with Geno Smith. So for now, I'm going to say JSN here. And then I'm going to go with Marvin Mims only if Jerry Jeudy is inactive or if we hear about a snap count limitation. Nico or Jaylen Warren, half PPR. That one's a little bit tougher. I mean, the Texans are going to have to throw the ball today. I do think Jaylen Warren's going to get 10 to 12 touches. It is a tough matchup here too, but I do see Warren maybe getting 3 or 4 receptions. So the safer play is Jaylen Warren. If you're just trying to hit 8 points, I think Warren can get you there, 40, 50 yards and in 2 to 3 catches. I think he can get you there. But it's probably Nico Collins. Nico's got the upside there. I think I'm going to go with Nico here. Good morning to Cade. I can pick one, Garrett Wilson or Olave. I think for this one, this is like the matchup for Chris Olave that everyone loves. It's the Tennessee Titans matchup. Last year, if you look at my 2022 fantasy points allowed metric, nobody allowed more receiver points than the Titans. So Tennessee is a really nice matchup. We want to pick on these guys. I'm taking Olave over Garrett Wilson this week. It's a tough matchup for the Jets against the Buffalo Bills. Garrett Wilson is a stud, but man, oh man, I think I got to get Olave in there. And don't get me wrong, these are both fantastic picks, Cade. They're both going to be probably top 10 wide receiver plays this weekend, but I'm going to play with the matchup. Chris Olave at home in the Dome. I'm going to go with Chris Olave. Chase says in my Superflex Dynasty League tight end premium flex option, Schultz over Rondale Moore, Nakua, Breece Hall, Zay Jones. I think you're basically trying to get 8 to 10 points here. I mean, I don't hate whipping out Brees Hall because that's more fun. If he does score a touchdown, that looks pretty good. Nakua, probably want to see what Nakua looks like first before we throw him out there. Same with Rondale Moore. I'm not super excited about Rondale Moore, and I'm not sure where he is in the pecking order for targets. It's Schultz, it's Brees, it's Zay Jones. I might lean Brees Hall here, man. I think Brees Hall is probably going to get 10 touches perhaps in this game. And he still has that ability to maybe break one. So I'm going to lean Brees. I think that's probably what we're going to be looking at here. But Schultz is super safe, but he's also got, a potential for like 3 for 40 or something like that. So I think I'm going to lean with Brees Hall, but I don't hate Zay Jones. If you want to break ties in favor of Zay Jones, I don't hate it, but I'm going to say Brees Hall here. Likely or Higbee half PPR. Higbee's such a good matchup play this weekend. I'm gonna go with Higbee. But that one's close, Harris. Drew, what it do? Thanks for hanging out, Drew. Full PPR. Would you start Jawan or Likely? I'm leaning Johnson due to the weather, as you stated. So just looking at the Baltimore Ravens Texans game, I think they're going to run the ball a ton. I still think Likely is like a back end tight end one option. Jawan, though, Jawan going up against the Tennessee Titans, their secondary and their linebackers are not the greatest. So I think Jawan is a safer play, but man, I kind of want to take advantage of Isaiah Likely because if Lamar's throwing, he's looking at the tight end option. Like we know that. And in games where Mark Andrews didn't play, we've seen Isaiah Likely be the guy. I think with the Saints, we want to see what the pecking order is for targets. You have a healthy Mike Thomas, a Chris Olave. You have probably 2 or 3 tight ends are going to be involved, and maybe Rashid Shaheed. So I think I'm going to say Isaiah Likely here, even in the scattered rainstorms here. I was actually my friend sent me a really good link, and overall, if it's a light rain, it's not bad. If there's high winds and rain, then the passing game is bad. But as long as the wind stays under 10 miles per hour, it shouldn't be a terrible game. So I think I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Isaiah Likely here, Drew. Yeah, man, I did the same thing. And I learned a lesson right away that we probably should have learned, and it's that Thursday night football is usually lower points than a regular Sunday game. People are coming off a short week. I got sucked into no Travis Kelce and Sky Moore. I should have waited because I probably would have played Antonio Gibson over Sky in my flex. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it doesn't cost me the W this weekend. But yeah, we got to be very cautious about fringe flex players on Thursday Night Football. Drop Treylon Burks for Marquise Brown on PPR. I'd rather have Treylon Burks than Marquise Brown. Yeah, I'm not going out to get Marquise. No problem, Drew. Thanks for hanging out and asking questions. Keep the questions coming, guys. We'll hang out as long as I keep getting questions. T.E. Johnson or Jaylen Warren half PPR. So this is a flex question for Harris. I mean, so basically you're playing roulette with Juwan Johnson. Juwan, for him to have a good game, he needs that touchdown. I can see him going out and getting 4 catches for 50 yards, something like that. And I don't know exactly how many carries and catches Jaylen Warren's going to get, but I know it's going to be probably 8 to 10 carries, 2 to 3 catches. Jaylen Warren is probably the safer play. I don't know if he gets in the end zone, but I'll probably, in a half PPR, I'm probably going to side with Jaylen Warren because I know he's going to run the ball at least 8 to 10 times and maybe put up 30, 40 yards. So that's a free 30, 40 points there. And then you get, your 2 to 3 receptions and however many yards he gets. So I'm going to lean Jaylen Warren here. But a lot of Juwan Johnson questions this morning. I think one of my things is I want to see what it looks like with the Saints offense. I want to see the pecking order. Jimmy Graham's back there too, so he might be the guy getting the red zone touchdown, as well as Taysom Hill is involved at the tight end spot, and same with Foster Moreau. I'm seeing a note here on Dalvin Cook that he's expected to get the bulk of the carries for the Jets, at least during the early part of the season. That just goes on, with what we were thinking here. So Chase, if I go back to this question here, that's such a tough question. If you don't want to go Brees, I'm fine with Schultz. If you want to go Schultz or Zay Jones over Brees, I think I get it. I think I'm fine with it. But I'm going to hit refresh on some of my things and see if we got any more updates here. Keep the questions coming, guys. And again, I know it's week 1. We don't have a ton of questions, but there are some fringe. I know there's some fringe, some fringe flex questions right now. I hope you guys got all your DraftKings lineups set as well. There's DraftKings now has Superflex, which is pretty cool. So I was playing around with some DraftKings Superflex lineups this morning. So I'll see you in those lobbies if you find me. But I'm just double checking some things right now. Overall, there's not too many crazy news blurbs going on this morning. Looks like Josh Dobbs is probably going to be the starter for the Arizona Cardinals. So I am fully invested into that Washington Commanders defense today. In leagues where you guys do have defenses, I'm thinking Commanders, Ravens, Falcons don't look too bad. Johnson or Higbee. We're going Higbee. I think there's only like 5 or 6 tight ends that I'm playing over Higbee this weekend. So Hawkinson, Goddard, Kittle, Waller, Pitts. And then I think the question, like Ingram versus Higbee, I think is probably the line for me. So I'm playing Higbee in pretty much every league that I can. If you have one of the tight ends that I mentioned before, I think Higbee's probably a fringe top 5 tight end this week. So I'll read the tight ends again. I think Hawkinson, Goddard, Kittle, Waller, Pitts. Those are the top 5 tight ends projected for this week. Everything else, I think I'm going to put Higbee. Higbee versus Freiermuth is probably still Higbee. Higbee versus Likely, it's Higbee. Higbee versus Ingram is a little bit tough. So I think Higbee's probably looking like a top 6 tight end. DraftKings locks for touchdowns. So yeah, I put up some player props on the website yesterday there, Cade. Let me go and see what I got for you. So here's the link if you want to take a peek at it. But me and my friend Jesse sat down and we put up 8 touchdowns that we think is going to happen. I think J.K. Dobbins scores for the Ravens. I think Aaron Jones scores for the Green Bay Packers. He's going to be the focal point of the offense today. So in all my DraftKings lineups, I have a lot of Aaron Jones. Christian McCaffrey, anytime touchdown was plus 100. I don't know if we're going to get another plus 100 CMC for the rest of the season. So I took that. I do like Justin Jefferson touchdown. I like Jamar Chase touchdown. And then some more running backs for you. Brian and Bijan Robinson are both plus odds for touchdowns today. I think both guys score. And then I'm gonna think Jalen Hurts gets the tush push touchdown. He'll scramble in for one today. So those are my top 8 touchdown bets that I locked in today. Otherwise, I put a list of a bunch of props to consider. So if any of those speak out to you, man, take a look at some of those. But hey, stop. But let me refresh some things here and see what we got for player news blurbs. Darren Waller or Higbee half PPR. You got to go with Waller, man. You paid a 4th or 5th or whatever round pick on him. He's going to be active, it says. I would like to think that he's going to be just fine, and it's all precautionary things right now. If the odd chance that Waller is a late game scratch, you can just go ahead and add Daniel Bellinger or Jake Ferguson if you need to. But I think you got to lean with Darren Waller. It does feel a little scary when you see the words active. We don't know what that exactly means in terms of snap counts and stuff. So I'm going to lean with Darren Waller, though. You want that high upside. That should be a really good game between the Giants and the Cowboys tonight. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good nightcap for us. What's up with A-Chain? You think they're just letting him? Yeah, man. I mean, first of all, like, he's a rookie with a shoulder injury. Why, if they have plans for him this season, why rush him out there and risk him landing on it? You know, they like Raheem Mostert. They like Salvin Ahmed. And I think there's another guy on their team that they like, an undrafted free agent. So I think this is all precautionary. If anyone cuts Devon A-Chain in your leagues, go ahead and scoop him up and stash him. I think that's a really good play. So hold on to Devon A-Chain. Don't let him go. Greg Dulcich or Juwan Johnson half PPR. I think that one for me is probably Juwan Johnson. I like Dulcich, but that entire Broncos offense, I want to see what it looks like. It sure sounds like Adam Troutman's going to be the tight end that's on the field more than Greg Dulcich. So Dulcich, yeah, he could go out and get 4 catches for 55 yards or something like that, but I think Juwan Johnson's opportunity is just as equal. He's also playing in a dome. And that Titans passing defense, not really good. And I know the Raiders defense he's not great either, but I feel really more confident about Derek Carr and the Saints and their passing attack today than I do about Russell Wilson whipping out the ball. So I kind of want to see it before I buy it, kind of thing with the Broncos offense today. So I'm going to lean with Juwan Johnson. Let me see if we got any more updates coming through today. Yeah, man, I'm excited for today. I'm hoping that we get through an injury today. I don't know if there's any surprise upsets today going on, but man, oh man, I'm pretty excited to see what Anthony Richardson looks like for a full game. I took his prop of over 48.5 rushing yards today. I'm hoping that hits. That should be fun. But otherwise, slow news drip this morning. Do you like Courtland Sutton today? I like him. I don't love him. I think with just the health of Jerry Jeudy and you have a rookie Marvin Mims receiver, you have, the tight ends there are kind of secondary targets as well. So I fully expect Courtland Sutton to come out there today and earn 7 or 8 targets. So he's a solid flex play. I think Sutton today, again, just with Jerry Jeudy, if he does play, he's not 100%. He's probably going to be rotating snaps with Marvin Mims. So I expect Sutton to be on the field a ton today in pretty much all their wide receiver sets. So Sutton feels like a pretty good matchup today. I would say he's probably around a top 24 wide receiver. So try and get him in if you can. One of my main competitive leagues, I will be without Kupp and Andrews. We will see if I can still. Yeah, man, we're going to test the depth a little bit early. And we'll see what happens. But I think you draft pretty well. So you think McKinnon is droppable in a full PPR 12 team league? It depends on who for. I think there's still going to be games where you're going to want to keep McKinnon in just because, if an injury happens to Clyde or Pacheco, like you're going to regret dropping him. But if there is someone that has value on the waiver wire for you, like, to be honest, the snap counts did not look good for McKinnon. He was the clear third fiddle. They liked using Clyde Edwards-Helaire on some passing downs. And honestly, Pacheco looked pretty good as a wide receiver out of the backfield too. So he's probably entering the droppable zone. I wouldn't mind getting one more week of data with him. But if you go see someone on the waiver wire that should be owned, like I might actually prefer adding Rico Dowdle for the Cowboys. I think he's going to be oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, dude, you got to go get Jayden Reed. If that's what it's going to be, I'm assuming you have other running backs ahead of McKinnon that he was kind of not really going to be a factor for you anyway. So if Jayden Reed is there, Chase, I think you probably need to go scoop him up because I see Jayden Reed probably having a nice game today. 4 or 5 catches. Sutton or OBJ half PPR? It's Sutton, and it's not close. We don't know quite what the rotation is going to be for the Ravens today. I would like to think it's going to be a good game for the Ravens passing attack, but man, I think you got to take advantage of Courtland Sutton. Like, we know he's the wide receiver one. We don't really know what's going on with the Ravens receivers today. And I think that they might just run the ball a ton today. So with Odell, you're kind of banking on him getting a touchdown. Otherwise I could see like a 3 for 40 day from OBJ pretty easily. So I'm going to lean with Sutton. He's getting the targets. My RBs are Pollard, Gibson, Bigsby, and McKinnon. So we're going to be running light there, Pollard, Gibson, and Bigsby. But I think at this point, you're starting Pollard and Gibson. Wide receivers are Kupp, Allen, Dotson, Burks, JSN, Collins, and Mims. So Jayden Reed's kind of useless for you with this stacked lineup, but adding Jayden Reed allows you to maybe make a trade for a running back. You can maybe push some receivers out and maybe get a running back or something. So I think the process of trimming the bottom of your rosters and making them with better players, it almost doesn't matter what position it plays. I don't think we're ever going to feel comfortable starting Jerick McKinnon in our lineups, especially after this game against the Lions was pretty concerning. He just wasn't on the field a lot, and basically you're praying for a touchdown any week that you get him. So he's not a volume play at all. I think I'm going to add Jayden Reed here and I'm going to have a stacked receiver room. I mean, you got Kupp, Allen, Dotson, Burks, JSN, Collins, and Mims. Stack that wide receiver room, build the depth when you can, and then if you want, you can make a move and go get a running back when you need one. But I think for now, Pollard and Gibson are your main guys. Maybe Bigsby comes out today and he gets 10 touches and looks really strong as a backup running back. But otherwise, I think you got to add Jayden Reed in this format, especially with Cooper Kupp down, because your top receivers are Keenan, Dotson, and then you have a tough question at wide receiver 3. I don't know if it's Burks, JSN, Collins, or Mims. I'm probably going to go with Burks or JSN today, though. But keep the questions coming, guys. I'm just going to refresh some of my news feeds here and see if there's anything else I can find for us. It looks like everything is pretty much, the table has been set for week 1. So I hope you guys got all your lineups today. So I'm seeing Mark Andrews is officially inactive today, by the way, guys. And then I'm just typing in a comment here, and we will post that on the screen for us. But it looks like the Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs is expected to play today, but likely won't have a full complement of snaps. So he's dealing with a hamstring injury. Jayden Reed might be the wide receiver 1 today, guys. If you guys play DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever DFS, I think Luke Musgrave and Jayden Reed are viable options at the end of your roster for cheap. So keep an eye on those guys. And then, yeah, Mark Andrews officially inactive today. So I'm starting Isaiah Likely in 1 or 2 of my leagues today where I punted tight end. So if you guys watch my mock drafts and stuff with me all summer, you guys know that I like to punt tight end a lot. So keep the questions coming, though, guys. Mark Andrews officially inactive. Yeah, we got rain throughout the forecast today. I think we got pretty much everything, though. So if you guys do have more questions and you guys are not a part of my Discord yet, please join it. I'm going to post that in the comments as well right now. So if you guys do have any last minute questions, you guys can always join the Discord and hit me up there. That's where I'm making Discord my priority. So like I do have Twitter and TikTok and YouTube and stuff, but I will say if you guys do have questions, I'm gonna prioritize the Discord first. So I just put the link in there for you guys. If anything else happens this morning, hit us up there. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We got about an hour and 40 minutes until kickoffs. Hopefully, you guys got all your lineups and your questions in. But I don't know. We made it. Enjoy the first week of Football Sunday. I'm just gonna see if there's any more comment questions in here. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Enjoy Sunday. Good luck. Hopefully you guys can come through unscathed, get the W, and we'll be talking. So Monday night, I'm gonna upload a sneak peek at the waiver wire, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like a snap count review video. I probably should, but otherwise we'll see you guys live on Tuesday night for the waiver wire show. We'll see you guys. Good luck today. Enjoy. Peace.